guys, it's Paige and Bluebird. We are back for more training tips this week, and one of them is going over teaching a mat exercise, which is something we use every day in our home. It's a wonderful exercise to help with a lot of problems. It's a really great training tool that you can take with you places, but this exercise teaches your dog to go to a mat and either sit or lay down comfortably on it. So Bluebird's just hanging out on his mat while I'm talking to you guys, which can be really helpful for him to have a place to go to and relax. You can also use this to solve some problems, like if you have a counter surfer, put your mat in the kitchen. When you're prepping meals, they go to their mat. If you have a beggar, when you are eating dinner, you can put a mat in your dining room or living room, send them to their mat, even with a bone or something while you are eating to keep them out of your way. You can use it for guests coming in the front door. Keep one by the front door. That's where we use ours. So when people come over, you can send them to their mat, and that's where they hang out while people come in. Or you can just have one even in your living room. If Blue gets worked up, he hears the FedEx truck, sometimes I'll just send him to his mat. He goes to his mat and knows to lay down, and he starts to calm himself down. It's a really great tool. There's a lot of really good science behind using this mat exercise in combination with some calming techniques like the down look to help kind of relax them. So how do we teach this? So we're going to teach it in steps. Blue already knows this, but we're going to teach it in steps. So first what you're going to do is just get your dog, get some treats. You're going to toss some treats on the mat. Yes. And you're going to mark, and they kind of treat themselves as soon as they hit the mat. So it doesn't have to be perfect. They don't have to sit on the mat at first. We're just getting them off the mat and on the mat. Good boy. Ready? Let's go find it. Yes. Yippee. Sometimes I'll even say yippee. Make it fun. Get them on the mat, off the mat. Yes. Yippee. Now once they're getting on the mat and off the mat pretty well, we then can add in sitting on the mat. So I'm going to toss my treat on my mat still to get my dog on it. I'm going to ask for a sit. Yes. I'm just going to yes the sit because that's what I wanted from him. And then I'm going to say yippee to get him off the mat. So once again, I have my treat I'm going to toss. Then I'm going to go in and ask for my sit. Yes. And then I'm going to yippee him just to get him off the mat. Okay, now that we're doing well with that, I'm going to trick him a little bit. I'm going to take out my step of physically throwing a treat onto the mat. I know you're ready. And I'm going to gesture like I'm throwing a treat onto the mat, but this will turn into a nice body language signaling of me just kind of pointing to get him on the mat. So I'm not going to throw a treat. I'm going to gesture like I am, get my sit, yes. Yes him, and yippee off the mat. So once again, I'm going to just gesture. I'm not throwing a treat. Sit. Yes. And then yippee to get him off the mat. Once he's doing it consistently for me, I then will give it a name. I'll give it a cue. So I call this exercise Park It. I think it's a fun name. When I tell him to go to his mat, I just say park it. But you can call it anything you want. You can call it mat, you can call it bed, you can call it company if you use it by the front door. You can call it whatever you'd like, but if you do have a crate for your dog and you call that bed, don't call this bed. You want this to be a separate exercise from just going to their crate. So I say park it. So what I'm going to do to teach this new cue is I introduce the cue at the beginning of the sequence, then I follow through with exactly what I was just doing. So I'm going to say park it, do my gesturing. I know you still think I'm throwing it. Get my sit, yes. Mark my sit, and then yippee off my mat. So once again, I'm going to add in that cue, park it, gesture, sit, yes, and then yippee off the mat. Woohoo, good job. Then eventually, this just turns into park it. Building time on the mat. You can ask for a look on the mat. You can add in a down on the mat, and this is where the relaxation starts to come in by introducing that down. But you want to keep it fun. You want to use lots of treats. You want to make the mat their happy place, so you can always give them activities like bones or something to chew on the mat. You always want to make it a good place. Alrighty guys, that's the mat exercise for you. It's a great tool that you can use to solve a lot of problems. It's a really great thing to be able to give your dog a nice, happy place that they can go to relax. So if you have any questions on the mat exercise, always feel free to reach out. But that's all we have for you. So we hope you guys have a great week, and we will see you next time. Thanks, guys.